Fanatics.
And we are on, boys.
Hey, what's going on, guys? Episode 3 of the 4 Fanatics. We're here again with Joey, actually, today.
Not as sick.
Not as sick.
I'm Gavin.
So quiet.
I'm MJ.
The Patriots have to spy on the Bengals in order to win. That's when you get really disappointed.
So who doesn't know like the full story?
Me.
Bet you Joey doesn't. Yep.
Okay. So Robert Kraft has like a video productions company, and they were filming.
That's the start of the excuse.
They were. He literally has a video productions company, and they were filming for some crap.
Do your job.
For some do your job stuff. And there was a scout there that apparently the part of the debate is if the scout should have told them to stop filming the sideline or not, because they had their camera pointing at the sideline apparently. But the Bengals. The Bengals have over 8 minutes of footage of the guy that was recording.
The problem I have is why are they recording the sideline?
That's the thing. That's what people are trying to figure out. Who knows?
There's zero reason for the sideline to be recorded. Like, this is like they're doing. I mean, it's really shady, but like, there's no reason if you're doing the do your job and you have the scout. That's all. I mean, I guess that's all fine. I guess they let other teams know all the time, but they didn't let like the NFL know. It was Bengals versus Browns. They let the Browns know, but not the Bengals. And so I don't know. It's weird, but they didn't. There's no reason for the camera to be pointing at the sideline. There's zero reason for it.
Yeah, I don't know. The thing with it for me is like it's not the Patriots. It's Kraft. Like that's what people gotta like understand. It's not the Patriots. It is Kraft's video company, and there was a Patriot scout there with them, but he didn't know them beforehand. Nothing like that.
Yeah, we'll have to figure out more.
Bill doesn't even know what they were doing.
Yeah, you have to find more details about what's all going on, because the problem you run into is that if they're always doing this at a bunch of these different stadiums, you don't really know what all they have recorded. That's the biggest thing I'm worried about. If you're going to worry about anything, is how much they have of all these other teams.
Yeah.
Basically, the Patriots are scared of the Bengals.
MJ wants me to move to my left a little bit, guys.
Yeah, but Gavin didn't listen to the instructions to turn off
your phone, like I say every week, and he still has his ESPN fantasy football app go off.
I'm sorry.
So we're going to talk about Thursday's game real quickly, the recap of the Ravens versus the Jets, and how Lamar was handing out jerseys like candy. No, a jersey swap is supposed to be like one player and one player. Lamar had like 9 jerseys extra that he had to hand out and sign for everyone because everyone wants it because he's such a polarizing player. He also passed Michael Vick for most amount of rushing yards for a QB in the season, and he still has a couple games remaining. That's the more crazy part about it. Is there's still games remaining for him.
I mean, the talk about Lamar Jackson is like pretty much almost it's so repetitive at this point because it's at this point I don't think it's. I guess you can make an argument for Wilson, but other than that, he's winning MVP. They're going to the playoffs. They're most likely going to get home field advantage. I mean, people know he's great.
Big trust.
The Ravens are winning the Super Bowl. If anybody wants to debate, and the Patriots won't be in it.
Go for it. Getting by who?
Whoever they have to get by.
Who do you think they're going to get by? Who do you think is going to be in there for them to get by?
I'm telling you, if Bill has another shot at them Ravens, it's a slugfest, bro.
Nah.
Yes, it is.
Nah, it's going to be Ravens 49ers.
Okay,
he's talking about the AFC.
Yeah, that's not
the AFC Championship.
Oh, that's not what I was talking about.
49ers
talking about Super Bowl.
Yeah, but I'm saying to get to the Super Bowl, they probably will have to see the Patriots again.
Yeah, and they'll beat them.
Well, in the AFC, it could be Patriots in the AFC versus Ravens, but I mean,
it might be Chiefs divisional round and then Ravens championship round, which could be freaking madness.
I don't know. The Patriots just always have such a tough time against running quarterbacks, and after what Lamar did last time, I don't know if the Patriots can hold on.
I don't know. I think they got it in a rematch.
Well, if the offense does anything, then they'll
figure it
out. But
I can't wait to say if the season ended right now in the playoffs, the 4th seed Cowboys at 6-7 face the 10-3 Seahawks in the playoffs.
You gotta remember the Patriots offense didn't look that bad against the Chiefs. Overall,
the Chiefs are not a good defense though.
Yeah, but there was a solid 14 points that they had there that was just taken
One of
from
them was
them.
on defense, though, so that wasn't even offense.
I'm just saying that doesn't that absolutely holds no weight to the fact that they got 14 points taken from them.
Well, yeah, the Patriots should have ended up winning
That
or
was
at
a
least
win.
gone to overtime.
That was a win that they got.
It wouldn't have been overtime.
Straight up taken from them.
It wouldn't have been overtime. They would have won. Hands
Well,
down.
they would have had that touchdown, and then on that game-winning drive, they could have just kicked a field goal to go to OT. But they already tried to go for the touchdown.
I'm pretty sure the
while
N'Keal
scoring.
Harry touchdown would have made it a 2-score game.
One of the people I go to school with says that he didn't think Gilmore was gonna score on that scoop and score. He had one defender to beat with like 3 blockers.
Either way, he still had a good amount of running room before they whistled.
Yeah, I mean,
Like, he still would have at least got like an extra 20 yards for them.
Well, plus the Philip Dorsett pass interference was there was.
Oh, well, that was
that would have been
ridiculous.
1st and goal.
Literally got hugged.
The refs this year have been so bad for them.
That was one of the worst games.
And the NBA, like, literally refs everywhere are just terrible.
Well,
I
the
just don't
NBA's
understand it.
consistently had bad refs.
Yeah, like I
Yeah.
said last episode, they had that ref that literally was throwing games.
Yeah. So like you had like I mean it's hard to be a ref honestly, but so you can't always bag them. But like they really miss calls in the NBA all the time. But like the NFL this year have been rough this year.
Yeah, that past Chiefs game was probably the worst officiated Patriots game I've ever seen.
the Saints got screwed again on a really important pass interference call.
Actually, no, that was the right call.
Wait, wasn't it on?
It was a
punt?
fake punt, so
Wasn't
there's
it?
no
Oh, yeah,
there's no
punt
pass
coverage.
interference on a fake punt.
I don't think that's what it was.
That is
No,
what
it
it
was.
Was that what it was?
Yeah.
They just
Yeah.
posted it because it looked just like the play from the playoffs.
I forget who
The media
who I saw
trying to
talking about.
brainwash you, MJ happens.
Yeah, they were talking about it on
Yeah.
the refs were talking about it. It's a punt, so technically they're allowed to hold that. I don't know about that.
Well, it's because on punts you're supposed to be blocking the guy.
yeah, the gunners post. You don't want
Yeah.
to let the gunners free.
Because like
That's
they're
why.
not gonna know that you're faking it. So if they're grabbing you, they can't just flag you for that. That's why.
Yeah, I mean maybe after 10 yards or something they should. I don't know what type of rule they could have to prevent that. I mean, you really could get in a rough situation. I mean, it's not that big, or it's a third of the game, so it's a big deal. On
Well, I
punt.
mean, I think it's if you're gonna be faking a punt, maybe have a guy run a more creative route than a streak.
Yeah, I feel like it's rough when you get a guy running a streak or whatever, and then you could put someone on that guy and just hold him there,
Yeah.
and then the guy's just gonna be stuck and you can't do anything about it. So I mean, it's whatever. But it was a lot of people were saying it caused the game, but by the rules they've had for a while. But they should maybe change something in it to maybe like after 10 yards you can't hold or something.
And it's the 49ers, so nobody's gonna say that they paid the ref.
That game was a shootout. Both teams almost scored 50 points against each other.
That was a crazy game.
Yeah.
It was like that game last year, the Rams versus.
The Chiefs.
Yeah,
That game was bananas.
that was crazy.
I've watched those highlights so many times just because it's so entertaining.
Yeah. So, there's no reason for Spygate to happen on the Bengals because
It's not a Spygate. That's what it is.
betting odds have.
That's what it's going to turn into.
Bro, did you hear what George Iloka said?
Mm-mm.
He has his own podcast 'cause he's retired now, and he was all like, yeah, when we were practicing preparing for the Patriots, there was this little walkway over by the field that we were practicing on, and people used to walk by and watch for a little bit. But this one week we're preparing for the Patriots, this dude up there's filming us with his cell phone, and then he walks away, and he's like, and another week we're preparing for Patriots, a helicopter that I'd never seen before flew over our field.
Oh my god.
Yeah, and I'm just like, bro,
Man's just
a
scoping
helicopter.
from the chopper.
Yeah, I'm like, how much practice footage you gonna get on a helicopter? You know what I mean? Unless they're going around in circles and circles above the practice fields. Henry Hill was seeing helicopters too. Remember how that went out for him in Goodfellas? So yeah.
All right, Derek, you as a Giants fan, how do you feel about the Chase Young news that he might? Not that he might. He says his plan is to stay in college.
Yeah, we were actually just talking about this before the podcast. It was interesting. I don't know why he's staying if he does plan to stay. Because, I mean, he could try to go break records, but why are you going to risk getting injured? You just had Tua that, I mean, it wasn't the same scenario, but it's around the same one where
It was pretty similar.
it's pretty similar, and Tua's now
Tua-
draft stock has dropped.
Tua could have been a Heisman candidate.
He was the number one pick.
Oh yeah, he could have been, dude.
He could have been Heisman.
He would have won it.
He could have been Heisman, and if he won Heisman, he would have probably been the number one pick.
Well,
He was winning the Heisman.
Top 3 pick, which is millionaire status, and which he's not getting now.
I think even if he stayed healthy, I still think Burrow probably would have won it just because that team. But that's all debate. But like now you have him injured, his draft stock.
Yeah, and Burrow's a lock now to win Heisman.
And so I don't know why he plans on winning awards and being in the history books. All cool for Ohio State, but eventually they're gonna most likely get broken when you're trying to go make millions and millions of dollars in the NFL. So I think it's ridiculous for the Giants. This is kind of bad because they don't want to pass up on, or they don't want to go for a quarterback anymore because they got Daniel Jones. So I don't even know where we're gonna go. Like it's gonna be another defensive player. I'm still gonna take it as there's a lot of good linemen. We may trade back in the draft. That's very possible now.
Well, getting rid of Janoris Jenkins, you might go after a cornerback too. You never know.
Yeah, well, I mean, they have a couple good cornerbacks in the draft, but there's not like there's like one or two.
Yeah, there's no huge names.
Yeah, there's like one first-round cornerback really. If you look at all the draft boards, there's one or maybe two. But I think it's very possible if I was a GM, I would trade back if you can get future picks because not really anyone that like. There's always the way the Giants are right now, they can take anyone and it'll help them out. But there was just Chase Young that looked like such a highlight of a player. And now if he's going to go back, now I don't know what they're going to decide. So I still want them to go quarterback personally. But
is there any – I haven't really been looking at a lot of mock drafts yet. Is there any like good O-linemen in this draft? Because that's where I think you need to go.
I haven't heard
no,
of
there's
if you're not getting Chase Young, you should look at getting a
We
really
saw what
good
happened last
O-lineman.
time the Giants drafted a first-round offensive lineman.
I mean, he does have a higher PFF grade than Will Hernandez right now, so it's fine. But Eric Flowers is also playing left guard.
Get
right now.
Saquon some damn help. That's what I'm saying.
That's the problem. There's
Because that could be disaster, man. If he gets hurt again next year, what's next?
There's a tackle or two that are high up on draft boards, but even that, it's so hard to decide. I mean, this draft is so good defensively.
Or trade your number one pick.
That's why I said. That's why I'm saying you
for
trade
an
back.
lineman.
You trade back into hopefully if you can still stay in the first round, that's ideal. If you get maybe a mid-round draft pick somewhere in there and get like this year's first, that team's next year first, and like a second for this year, that'd be ideal because this draft is so defensive heavy that you can go in that second round and pick up some real good studs that in other years could be easy first-round talent.
Man, Bill's going to have a good time this draft then.
Is Tua going to drop low enough to where the Patriots get him?
I don't want Tua.
It's
Why?
To the Pats.
Why?
I don't want
Why?
him.
I want a reason.
Brady's
Why I don't
successor.
want Tua?
Yes.
Because
he's not
overrated.
no, because he's not going to play for like another 3 years. If he's on the
Brady is not
Patriots.
playing for another 3 years. I don't.
Did he
believe
tell you that?
Anymore. I don't believe that anymore. Dude. I mean, people are. I agree. I said it last week. I agree that a lot of the issues are not on him, but even you. I mean, everybody here follows the Instagram page. Pat's Perfect. Even he is saying that
I don't
you
follow it.
he's
Actually,
having
maybe
I
a
do.
worse
Galaxy.
season. He's not having that good of a season, especially in the
And
second half.
you think that's probable cause for him to retire right now?
I don't think he's gonna. I never said he's gonna retire right now. I said he's not gonna play another 3 years.
Oh, well,
100%
okay.
no way.
Okay, then, Tua's not going to play for the next 2 years, then.
Or one. This could be his last year.
You can just
I don't
learn
know about
behind
it.
him. for a
Anyway,
little bit.
Tua's not going to start from the Patriots for the foreseeable future if they draft him. There's no use for them to have Tua.
You don't got to say anyway though.
'Cause
Like, we can
they're
talk
gonna
about
need
it.
a quarterback soon, and they have nobody right now.
Exactly.
Back
So
up.
They'll figure it out. They don't need anybody right now.
Yeah, I was saying,
Quarterbacks-
how
right now
long do
though,
they have to
Brady
figure it out?
Brady
quarterbacks
doesn't
the
have
least
much
of their
longer.
worry right now. Obviously, they got to keep it in mind because Brady's, old dude now. But
I think it's in more of their worry than you think, man. I mean, he doesn't
Brady's-
got much longer. He really
I
doesn't.
know that, but I don't think it's
AB
really.
and Tua, that's what we need.
I think we need better pass protection for starters because Brady hasn't said anything about his future. They can't just plan for him to leave when he said that he, wants to play till he's 45. He hasn't said anything since then.
I didn't say he said anything, man. I just like
I didn't.
He
I'm
one
not
thing
putting any
one thing
words in
he
your
did
mouth.
say.
I'm just saying.
One thing
they
he did
can't.
say is he's gonna retire when he sucks, and
He doesn't suck.
I didn't say he sucks, but he's getting
So,
there.
He is
He's
missing
getting
some
there.
wide open throws.
He's
this
getting there,
season.
Gavin.
Yeah, so
That's
he.
always been his thing, though.
Anyway,
Brady's
I
always had
stick to my
some
statement. Tua
questionable
won't
past.
play for at least a season or two if they were to draft him. So that'd be a waste of talent.
So he'd be
Plus, he's hurt.
learning behind Brady.
That wouldn't be the worst thing ever.
Yeah, and then his
Exactly.
contract would get expensive, and you have a Jimmy G situation come up again. They'd probably trade him. So yeah,
Well, but this time it's not a Jimmy G situation because when
we're
Jimmy G
gonna be
played,
losing
Jimmy G
Brady.
had multiple years. I mean, Tom had multiple years left. Everybody knew that, but it's
he still might have multiple years left.
nowhere
Multiple
near
years
as much
left
as he did when
when
Jimmy
he's-
played.
Okay, they didn't know. They got Jimmy because they didn't really know.
They knew
it was a
Tom had
possibility.
more than 2 years left.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
they didn't know that Jimmy G was going to cost all that money. That's why they traded him. If you get Tua, he's going to cost money over the years. That's how it works. And they're going to have to get rid of him. It'll be a waste of talent.
There's not going to be that many years as you think. There's not going to be all these. There's not going to be years.
That's your opinion. That's okay.
Okay, so let's talk about it. Like yours.
I am.
Okay, but I don't. I
Can I throw an
100%.
update in here? I do follow Pat's perfect.
Good.
That was my bad.
Good.
I had to throw that in there.
Okay.
I've been holding this on for like 3 minutes now while you guys are arguing about how Tua's.
I'm not even talking about Tua. I don't give. There's a huge chance we won't even get him. I'm talking
They're
about
not
any
getting
quarterback.
They're not
I'm
getting
talking
him.
about a quarterback
It's
in
very
general, no
possible
matter who we
they,
get.
if they have the. It's very possible. I mean, because I don't know how far he's really gonna drop. I don't know how severe that.
He'll
that
probably
injury
go
is.
like late first round,
No, because
honestly.
if
And look
Brady
where the
goes
Patriots
down,
are gonna be, late
our
first
season is
round.
over.
If they even take their first round pick.
Yeah. I don't
Which
know.
I highly, if they use their first round pick on a quarterback, I'll be pissed. I'll be pissed.
I don't know.
No, but the thing is, we still at least need a okay backup. Like if
Yeah,
Brady
I
goes
agree with
down, our
that.
season's literally just ended. That's just how it is with our backup.
I agree with
situation.
that.
It's ended in general.
Jared, how do you? I have never. I always mess up his last name. Jared Stidham.
Stidham. Stidham.
Yeah. He is not an option. He's not an option to replace Tom Brady. I mean, we need.
Damn.
Danny Etling.
1 year of him being a backup, and you're already
Didn't he
throwing
ju-
him to the curb.
Is that not
I
what you
saw him
both
do,
just
like,
said?
one
You just
play
said our
and he threw a
backup
pick
situation is
six.
not good enough if Brady's season were to end. You both just said that.
I'm just saying, like Stidham's not. We
I'm
can't
giving
just.
up on him already.
We can't just give up on him. He couldn't go
You
in
just
now and
agreed
save
with
the
what
season.
Joey said though, and it was the same.
Well, yeah,
same
he said if
statement,
Brady
different
got
words.
hurt this year, we'd be fucked. But I'm saying we can't just give up on Stidham. He could be the
What's
next.
the difference between Brady getting hurt right now and Brady being done next year? 4 games.
Well, then Stidham has a whole offseason to prepare again. It'd be his second year going to the league.
He would have. I
more
mean, he would have
knowledge.
a whole offseason to prepare right now. If Brady got hurt, he would go right in, but
He
he
has
would
one.
have a
He
whole
would have
offseason
he would
to
have
be better.
He would have 2 seasons of preparing behind Brady if Brady got
So
hurt.
you're
next year.
100% okay with Stidham being the next Patriots quarterback?
No, I never said that. I'm just saying we
Then
can't.
what are you saying?
All I said was we can't give up on Stidham.
I'm not giving up on him.
I
just
mean,
don't
like he's
agree-
a bat.
I don't-
He's not quality as a starter. It's almost like he's a rookie.
I am.
You know what I mean? It's almost like he's a rookie. That's why he's playing crappy.
He's not even
I
really.
don't know, he
he's-
stepped in and immediately threw a pick six, and that is when I gave up.
It's
on him.
that's a rookie mistake. Almost like he's a rookie, which he is.
Yeah.
You guys have Patriots winning by.
You
It
just reminded
says
me
that
of
they're winning by
Brian Hoyer.
10.5. Do you think they're winning
What?
by?
We're having an argument, and you're so betting odds.
Well, that's all I. No,
what's,
no, it's it says Pats will win by 10.5. Do you think they win by that much with that offense that struggles? It's
Yeah.
the-
What's the
Bang-
Bengals defense looking like?
There's nothing
Is
good about the
Pac-Man still
Bengals.
there?
No.
There's literally nothing good about the Bengals.
If
Pac-Man's too
Pac-Man
busy
Jones is
fighting
still
people in
there,
airports.
if Pac-Man Jones was still there, he was getting 3 pick sixes. He-
Even if AJ Green was playing somehow, then no.
Tyler Boyd is gonna carry them.
It's
That's
35 to
what's gonna
7 Patriots.
happen. 35 to 7.
Yep.
I mean, with them stealing all their
Um,
plays in 8 minutes of sideline footage, they may be able to go 30.
It ain't gonna be
Why would the
close.
Patriots need to steal a team with one
go
win? Why would they need to
24
steal a team's footage who has
14.
1 win?
This is why it's interesting because they have a newer coordinator out there and coach, and if they're getting Burrow, they kind of want to see. This is a wild theory, but if they're gonna get Burrow, like it looks like it's gonna happen, they kind of want to see what they're gonna start running with him because he's looking like a good quarterback. He's not gonna make the Bengals a great team, but they could actually be an okay team with Burrow throwing that ball for them because they have Joe Mixon that isn't a bad quarterback, Tyler Boyd that is an okay wide receiver, and so Joe Burrow come in there. They kind of want to see. I don't know.
Well, I mean, they'll have AJ Green coming back next year too.
When does
Hopefully.
his contract
Hopefully.
I thought AJ Green was on contract here.
He is, but I think he wants to stay in Cincinnati. That's what he said.
He actually wants to go to New England.
He could go. I will be, unless they offer him a lot of money, I will be. I can't. You can see him staying in Cincinnati.
Yeah, for sure.
He deserves.
They'll
He
have
deserves
to
at
give him
least a
the
playoff
bank,
run.
though.
He deserves at least
Same
a
thing with
legit
Larry
playoff
Fitz,
run.
though, and look what happened.
Exactly. That's the situation that you got with AJ Green. I mean, that's exactly right. I don't know if I can't see him. I don't think he'll stay there. I think it'll be a sign a huge deal to.
I don't think he should at all.
I don't think he's gonna stay. I think he's gonna go.
If he wants to like be a Hall of Famer, he shouldn't. He's not a Hall of Famer yet.
to the New York Giants, let's get
Because he's always had Dalton.
That'd be good.
AJ McCarron throwing.
They could
I
use a
mean,
receiver. All they got is freaking
Dalton.
Golden Tate. He ain't good enough. To,
and Darius Slayton.
Yeah, they're not good enough to carry that.
There are so many teams that could use AJ Green. The Patriots could use
Patriots.
AJ Green.
Yes,
now.
we need
Almost
it.
anybody could use AJ Green. AJ Green is AJ
Well,
Green.
he's been injured a lot this season, so we'll see what his level
Well,
looks
when
like
he's
next
not
year.
injured, he's
But-
a pretty good receiver.
Yeah.
Really good.
Yeah, but
receiver.
he also hasn't played this year.
That's what
so,
I'm saying. You
Yeah,
never
so he'll
know
be
what will
okay next
happen.
year. He'll be okay.
Um,
He almost came back
Could have
this
a
year.
Demarius Thomas situation.
Darius Slayton is a god. Just throwing out
He's
there. Fifth
pretty
round wide receiver. Actually, it's just
you keep just saying these statements and then you're done.
the Eagles-
You're just
No,
like, by
no,
the
'cause
way,
the
I had
Eagles corner-
cereal for breakfast.
He's scared of Gilmore.
The Eagles cornerbacks are
Everybody's
so
scared of
bad at
Gilmore.
tackling. They were just missing him on wide open tackles. Like Darius Slayton would catch like a curl route, and then the guy. I think it was Sidney Jones. I could be wrong though. Came sliding by him
See,
and missed
the
the
Eagles
tackle.
secondary, they're all terrible.
It's actually been good defense this year. The Eagles
Has
defense,
it?
yeah, it's been pretty good this year. actually.
Jalen Mills not
It's-
getting burnt on double moves.
That
anymore?
offense, well, that's hard. But that Eagles offense has really been slow. That's why they've been like losing these games because their defense has been.
receivers.
Their defense is Well, because they've been running.
They started out the season with such a stacked receiver core too.
Yeah, they've really been running these
Eagles.
last few weeks
Oh,
with
yeah.
3 or 4 wide receivers in total on their roster.
Didn't we have?
Wow.
3 or
Sounds
4
like the
receivers at one
Patriots.
time?
Yeah, I think they had
when
2
When
receivers.
Philip Dorsett and Sanu were both hurt.
They had 3
for a week,
receivers.
we had,
One of
like,
them,
3 receivers.
one of their starting receivers was Matt Slater at one point this
I
season.
remember that.
Yeah,
The Eagles are literally running one of their wide receivers is Greg Ward. That was a quarterback in college that transferred over. He got
Wow.
basically more of a quarterback.
how
than
good is
wide
Bill
receiver.
Belichick, man? The Eagles got that going on, which is like it sounds like the same team as the Patriots they just described. And the Eagles are what? What is their record? Like 6-7.
Not 500 because the NFC East
they're
is the
6 and
worst
7.
division in
Yeah,
NFL
they're
history.
Their butt.
Them and the Cowboys.
Eagles
Best
are
division
actually
in the league.
facing the Redskins this week, and
So they'll be 7-7.
Name change question mark Redskins. Who's here for a Redskins name change?
Not me.
weren't they really
Are
trying?
you on
It's
like
not
a
that
racial
serious.
standpoint?
Oh yeah, there's like people.
No,
I mean,
I'm at you. Like, are you?
Oh,
Just because
no.
you brought it up.
I don't think it needs to happen. No,
Yeah,
I
I
was
just
saying-
think it's like it's not.
I could understand
serious.
why.
Yeah, like I'm saying, I can understand it, but I'm just saying it's just like
Like you look at the name
Well, the thing is-
Redskins,
the
it's
thing-
definitely bad.
The thing is that it's not that serious to you though. Because,
Yeah, that's what
but
I'm saying.
there's a bunch of people.
I'm a white guy, so obviously it's not gonna really be like
or like,
insane.
But
for
you
me.
understand
Like, I
100% why it's
understand it, though.
offensive.
or like the Killingly Redmen. That's a bad one that people talk
They're
about.
changing it.
They are changing it.
Yeah, all the students wanted to change it, but now the board of Ed's
Montville.
Like, oh no, yeah,
Montville baseball changed their logo because it was kind of bad. That logo was bad.
Yeah,
But
But,
there's a bunch of steps because now you got a lot of people that are offended by the term Indians because it's technically Native Americans.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
So it's like
Yeah, the Montville
people are like
Indians,
in
is
because
it?
I mean they are right.
I
They
think
are right.
Montville natives would be actually even cooler.
Montville Fighting Natives.
The
The
Montville
old
Fighting
man- the
Natives,
old
bro.
man
Yeah,
mobile name.
they should have been the Montville Fighting Natives forever, bro. That
Yeah,
is
that would have
epic.
been really cool.
They could have had like the Florida State Native American, which is super dope, instead of just some cheesy arrow. But they had the Redskins logo for a while too for youth league.
So how you were saying, how good is Bill Belichick because he has a
Oh yeah,
similar team to the Eagles, and we all
KFC.
know where they're at.
KFC.
Who do you guys? Would you guys agree that Bill Belichick is the greatest coach of all time?
Yeah.
Easily.
All
Undebatably
sports?
top 3.
All sports?
Oh well, that's like
Easily.
You wouldn't dare? Would you put him in the
Easily,
top
bro.
3?
Most dominant for sure.
of all sports,
All sports,
I'd still
all
give him
sports,
top-
all
if
time.
he's
Bro, if you don't want to
undebatably
say
top 5.
best of all time, you gotta say most dominant of all time. He's done it for the last
Well,
like
let him
18
say what he
years.
thinks. What do you think?
I don't think he's the greatest football coach of all time
Who
because
is?
No, not even football.
Nick Saban.
John Madden or Lombardi.
You think John Madden's better than Bill Belichick?
John Madden was such a cool player.
He was really cool.
He was a shit commentator
It
though.
really might be Lombardi.
Huh?
Vince
Why?
Vince
Lombardi.
Lombardi.
Over Belichick still, you think?
That Packers team was something else when he was running it.
How long?
It's close.
How long were they like? We gotta look this up, man. Because
Dude, the Patriots have had 19 winning seasons.
The Patriots
in a row.
have been division champs for like 12 years in a row. That's what I'm thinking about.
Who was the Steelers coach when they had the steel curtain?
Tom Landry was it?
Tom Landry.
Is that who it was?
You know what? That sounds right, so I'm going to go with it. until MJ looks it up, that's what we're going with.
They need to make the Bill Belichick trophy.
For what?
Are we talking about for the Super Bowl?
Nick
Yeah.
Saban.
Look who comes up first when you look it up.
Bill Belichick.
Oh my god.
Well, Vince Lombardi's already worse because he's dead.
Look at
What? This week's hot take: if you're dead, you suck.
He can't defend himself, so
Yeah,
he's terrible.
he can't even talk. You know, like
That's funny how it shows best. In case you guys can't see, it says best coaches of all time, and the first one's Bill Belichick, and then it shows Vince Lombardi.
Tom Coughlin, number 30. There you go.
Coughlin.
There you go.
Giants,
Go.
So Bill Parcells is gonna be on here too.
I may have to run outside and get my Giants.
Joe
podcast.
Gibbs.
We all know you're a Giants fan, and we're very happy for you. Actually, we're very sad for you.
Yeah,
But you don't have to get a giant. You don't have to get the jacket.
I sit in here with a Patriots beanie, a Tom Brady trash jersey.
Bro, you know what? Hot take. This is the hot take. Herb Brooks impresses me more than Vince Lombardi.
Who is that?
You know where Herb Brooks is?
I don't know.
Miracle on Ice, baby. He beat the Russians hockey team, which never had been done before.
Wait, I just realized.
Oh, is that the American-
It just clicked in my head that you guys said that Tom Landry coached the. Who'd you think he coached?
The Steelers.
No,
I
he coached the
guess.
Cowboys.
Cowboys. There we go.
Oh, close enough. They're kind of like almost similar. They've been around a long
Some
time.
old fart wearing a fedora and a suit.
What?
I'm so confused. One who's having a killer year out of nowhere, Drew Lock.
Who?
Oh yeah, I'm trying to remember what team he plays for.
The Broncos.
Yeah, you're saying he has a great year. He's played like 2 games.
Yeah, but he's
Yeah, he's not having
Yeah,
a
but
good.
he's
He's not
doing
having a
really
good year. He's had a good half of a month.
He's on a good run right now.
Yeah, because he's just starting. Because he hasn't been starting. He just got the starting job, and he's been like killing it.
When
They've
was the
never
last
seen
time
him
the
play
Broncos
before
had,
because he's
like,
a bum.
consistent
Tomato
quarterback?
can.
Peyton
They haven't
Manning.
figured him out yet.
And not even like his ending years, Peyton Manning.
Week 1 next year, he's gonna throw 5 picks.
Nope,
Yep.
never.
He's gonna be Nathan Peterman.
Oh, wow. I think the battle for
Wait, who's number 1? Did we get there?
Oh,
Yeah.
They got
Bill's number
Bill's-
12.
got Bill Belichick at number. This is all time, all sports.
Oh,
Okay.
I still feel
I
like
still
I
feel
feel
like
like
he
he
should
should be
be
in
top
top
five.
10, top 10, top 5.
Top 5, bro. Yeah.
Top 10 at the least. I mean, who do they got in front of him?
Bill
Walsh,
dude. Pat Summit.
Pat
Didn't
Summit.
correct
Vince
me if I'm wrong.
Lombardi.
Vince Lombardi.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Bill Walsh had the greatest receiver of all time on his team.
I'm trying to see.
Like,
Eddie Robinson, Phil Jackson,
Phil
Jackson.
wow.
I mean, I don't think he's up there. He's not. I don't know if he's number
11
3.
NBA titles.
Go down
Yeah.
more.
Is he
11.
better than Belichick?
I mean, he has 11 titles.
Oh,
But
that's
yeah,
a couple.
like this says right here, he had Michael Jordan, Scottie Pippen, Shaq, and Kobe
Well,
Bryant.
Well,
He's worked with
Belichick had Tom
He had
Brady.
the greatest players
Belichick-
ever.
Belichick got Tom. keep
Tom
going.
Brady's one
Besides
is
LeBron
debatably the
James.
best player of all time. Also,
Okay, but that's one quarterback. Bill Belichick is.
You're gonna bring up Tom Brady to shit on Bill Belichick like he hasn't had some of the greatest defenses ever, built by him. You gotta keep in mind, Bill Belichick is also the Patriots GM, so he literally everything he does is him. Like the players they get, that's him.
yeah. Well,
So then that brings
So
up
Tom Brady-
a system quarterback.
Tom Brady literally got handpicked by Bill
John
Belichick.
Wooden.
I understand, but I'm saying that it's not like the Patriots have had nothing.
I'm not saying they haven't.
Yeah,
I'm
no.
not saying they haven't. I'm just Phil Jackson.
Well, no, we're just saying like I understand that Phil Jackson had Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen, but like,
I do. You can say
you
this.
have Michael Jordan as the greatest basketball or debatably greatest basketball player of all time.
Oh yeah.
LeBron.
I'm still such a LeBron fan.
Yeah,
so I said
LeBron.
that, and I was like, wait, I have to
I'm with
pause.
you, LeBron.
So you have MJ that's a top 2 player of all time. You have Tom Brady that's a top 2 player of all time.
With who?
Oh, that hurt you to
LT.
say.
With LT. Who's number 2 or number 1?
Lawrence Taylor, the greatest NFL player of all time. It's crazy to think that the Giants had the greatest defensive player of all time.
John Wooden.
I think
no one
I
talks
think,
about
I think quarterback and player are kind of two different things. Like when you're comparing or you're making a list, because if you're talking about great,
Did you mean coach and player?
No. I'm talking about the difference. Like, obviously, this goes without saying, there's a huge difference between Lawrence Taylor and Tom Brady. It's two completely different sides of football.
One does cocaine, one doesn't.
It's two completely different aspects to look at, so it's kind of hard to compare.
Tom Brady cocaine.
Yeah,
he may be unstoppable.
Like Brady,
5 years left.
Brady's so smart. That's what makes him so good.
Off of pure
Like,
cocaine.
if you know how football works, and like you watch a Patriots game and you watch Brady behind center, you can see like how he reads a defense and like how he changes the plays and like
Lawrence
all
Taylor
that.
read an offense like a maniac.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. So like
Because of
being the best player.
He just has all these math equations.
Being the
in his
best
head.
player ever has more to do with like honestly your brain and how smart you are than athletic ability, you know? Because Brady, not even fucking quarter of the athlete that Taylor is, but he's right there with him because his
Taylor
brain.
wasn't the greatest athlete. He was a good.
Well, he was a
athlete.
freak athlete, freak among freaks.
Yeah, but he also had a crazy.
Didn't he
mind
have like
also.
a multiple sack game with a broken arm? He was using one arm.
I wouldn't doubt it. It's Lawrence
Dude, he
Taylor.
had an arm bandaged up.
The
and, like,
greatest
he had to use his other arm.
NFL player of all time.
So like he's a freak
We're
athlete.
going
But
NFL.
Going back, talking about greatest NFL players of all time, can we talk about how LaDainian Tomlinson didn't make the NFL as
Antonio Gates didn't either.
Yeah, Gates or Tomlinson didn't make the greatest list.
Well,
You're gonna tell me that LaDainian Tomlinson
LaDainian
isn't one of the best
Tomlinson-
running backs ever?
Did he have like 32 touchdowns in a year?
And they picked
Well-
like 16 running backs for that list.
Oh, I was gonna
They
say
picked
like out of
six-
how many?
Yeah, but if it was like 5,
Wait,
I
then
could
who
understand.
made it?
Dude,
Well-
I
Did
had
Ed Gary
not
James
heard
make
of
it?
at least 4 of those people
Well-
because they're from like when the NFL first started, when the game was completely different.
I hate
I forgot
that.
his name. What's the
Completely different.
brown guy? The one who was super
Jim
fast.
Brown.
Jim Brown's
Brown.
one of the goats. Jim Brown's one of the goats. But
Can I-
like they
can I
go
go
past
through the
further
list?
than that. They go
Gale
past further than
Sayers.
that.
can I go through the list real quickly?
Yeah, go for it.
It's Jim Brown, Earl Campbell, real good running back.
Bill Belichick isn't even on the coaches list.
Earl Clark, that's one of the guys that you're talking about.
Mhm.
I don't really know, but he's been in the Hall of Fame for 50 years. NFL champion, 3-time NFL scoring champion. Yeah,
Who else is on there?
Eric Dickerson,
Yeah.
Lenny Moore. I'm trying to find 2-time champion, 7-time Pro Bowler. How many times did LaDainian Tomlinson make the Pro Bowl? That probably also helped.
A lot.
5-time All Pro.
Wow.
Named NFL Player of the Year and Comeback Player of the Year. So that Marion Motley. They have a lot of these old guys. It's kind of interesting to look at his NFL Top 100 team because you see so many of these old guys that a lot of guys don't know about. You have Walter Payton, Barry Sanders, Gale Sayers, O.J. Simpson.
How you gonna put O.J. Simpson in there but not LaDainian
He played
Tomlinson?
for 10 years.
Bro, okay, LaDainian Tomlinson, some people might say, is the greatest running back
No,
ever.
that's not true.
Yeah, that's not
genuinely
true.
Not true.
The
I mean,
Juice
that's
was
your
a
opinion.
man.
That's my. I don't think he is, but like there's opinions. People say he is.
No, but
It's-
even like
it's not a correct
there's
one.
like having an opinion, just having a wrong opinion.
And
It's just
Emmitt
not the
Smith,
best. He's,
You could definitely
you
argue
could
it.
debate he's top 5
100%.
if you wanted to.
LT LaDainian Tomlinson has got 13,000 rushing yards and
He was
145
MVP.
touchdowns.
I bet Frank Gore's in
He-
on that list.
He was
And
MVP.
and you know him.
Well, Frank Gore's like
top 3.
Frank Gore is probably the most underrated running back
Yeah.
ever.
Isn't he top
Ever.
3 in
And I feel like
rushing
we make a most
he's
underrated
top
statement
got
every
the
week,
third
but
spot.
like that is a fact. Someone who has potential to be the second, and people are saying that he might. I read a whole article on it, and the NFL posted a video all over their social media that he might try to make a run to play as long enough to get to the point where he is the number 1 rusher of all time. He's top
Number
3.
1 rusher would be hard to beat.
How far away is he?
I think he's 3. No,
Ooh.
Yeah.
4. Dude,
Sorry,
he's
Frankie boy, ain't gonna happen.
but this even if he doesn't get another singular rushing yard, he's number 3, and it's not talked about like ever.
Yeah.
I have never had a conversation with somebody or listened to one where they're discussing the greatest running back of all time or even their top 5, top 10. I've never heard Frank Gore.
I'd say it's just because he's always been extremely consistent. Like he's never ever
Well, yeah,
fallen off a
that's-
cliff. He's just been like.
That's what I was about to say.
Really good or good his whole career.
He's been having like the same season for like 100 years. Like that's why he has so many yards. He's been doing good running the football for like what 20 years, like 19 years he's been
Like,
playing.
Like
It
at the
hasn't been
beginning, he was
20.
really
you
good.
run like 800, 900 yards a season for like 15, 16 seasons, you're gonna be on some all-time lists. And like it's crazy how well his body's held up because he's like a power guy too.
Next guy on the list, Steve Von Buren. He did have I'm going through this list because we were talking about it.
No, I know.
NFL rushing title 4 times. Why does it say Bill Belichick here? That doesn't sound right.
Bill Belichick, greatest running back of all time.
I'm so confused by this list. The list is like, yeah, that's
Followed
crazy.
by Steve Belichick.
Yeah, I mean, David Thompson's definitely a great running back behind Saquon Barkley.
Bro, in 2006, LaDainian Thompson had 1,800 rushing yards, over 1,800. He averaged 113 per game.
That's crazy.
And he had 28 touchdowns.
Not even the greatest Chargers running back of all time.
Why? Who's the greatest Chargers running back?
We all know it. Oh my God! Why is his name?
Melvin Gordon.
No,
Eckler.
Why is his name left my brain? They used Darren Sproles. Darren Sproles is the greatest Charger of all time.
Okay, I don't know
The
if
Lightning Bug.
I don't know
He's
if Frank
actually a
Gore.
goon on the Chargers.
I don't know if Frank Gore is going to be able to get another if he's going to be able to get another.
There's no way.
3,000, but I think he could get past Walter Payton. I think he could get past Walter Payton.
There's a chance.
Maybe.
If he plays 2 more seasons.
If he plays 2 more seasons, which
1,400 yards.
he has not said anything about retiring yet.
No, but he could easily.
And
get
he looks
replaced.
good too.
He does.
He doesn't get injured. It's so weird. You want to talk about Tom Brady, the ageless wonder? Frank Gore is an ageless wonder.
He's 36 right now.
Yeah, but you gotta understand, running backs' lifespan in NFL is so short.
So short.
And NFL quarterbacks have such a longer career. NFL running backs have such a short career.
I mean,
even the greats.
if Barry Sanders didn't retire early, Barry Sanders would be so far ahead on number 1, nobody would catch him. I mean, Smith wouldn't have even caught
one
up to
who
him.
kind of runs like Barry Sanders, and it's kind of funny to watch.
Saquon
Barkley.
Well, I wasn't even say that, but Le'Veon Bell, he does a lot of that like behind the line, like jumping around stuff.
Yeah.
He's not as shifty though.
He's not, especially this season. It's been kind of.
I don't know if Frank's going to do it. He doesn't get enough yards anymore, you know?
I don't think he's getting number 1, but it's very possible.
No, he's not going to get number 1.
It's going to be hard for him to even pass Walter Payton.
For him to play, for him
could start overhead.
He's sitting at he's going to end this season with probably 600 something yards.
for him to pass number 1, for him to go past Smith, not only would he have to play at 3 more, unless he played 2 more seasons and rushed for 1,600 yards out of nowhere.
He would have to go back to his prime playing level.
But
also,
with how old he is.
The Cowboys get him and he plays behind their line.
Sorry, what were you saying, Derek?
No, I was saying that also the Bills are running a running back by committee team also.
Yeah.
They have Devin Singletary, they have him, they have someone else. I just know those two. They run 3 running backs in a row, kind of like how the 49ers run Teddy
I think
Coleman
the Bills is a good system for him right now.
Yeah, it's good. He's just not getting the rushing yards necessarily that he would get normally.
Yeah,
if he
But
played.
I also don't think he could handle a starting running back.
He's
position.
averaging 3.7 yards.
Maybe that's another underappreciated Frank Gore statement.
This is actually his worst year.
Because he's in a running back by committee type of team.
This is going to be one of his worst seasons.
You
His
think
2015 with Indy, when he rushed for 967, he still was only averaging 3.7 a carry. Which that's what he's averaging right now. Which it might go down because last game he touched the ball 4 times and had 6 yards.
Well, like Derek's saying, they switch it up. There's been a couple games where Frank Gore got 25 more touches than Singletary, and Singletary and vice versa. The way that they run their offense.
So you have the 49ers that run this running back by committee. The Eagles run a running back by committee team. The Redskins kind of run this running back by committee team. The Bills do it also. It's when you don't have a number 1 running back, but you have a bunch of guys that specialize in things. So you have Frank Gore that's kind of this more power rusher, getting these yards. You have Devin Singletary that's the speed guy.
He could do it if he goes to a team that needs a running back, bad.
I mean, I'm not saying that I'll take Frank Gore to the Giants, but
that would be really bad.
That would be bad.
No, because you need.
He'd average He'd average negative yardage.
Dude, but on a real note, every game, because you're gonna have healthy Saquon, you're probably gonna get 4 to 7 rushes tops a game for Frank Gore.
They could run a dual wide receiver backfield.
Well, it depends on what coach they get.
All we got is a bunch of slot receivers, so it doesn't even matter.
If you get Ron Rivera, I guarantee you, that's the type of coach that would do that. because back when he was in Carolina, he had D'Angelo Williams and Jonathan Stewart.
Yeah.
Well, do we even know what Frank
forgot
Gore's
about
contract is? How much longer is he on the Bills?
18 years. No, I'll look.
He's
it up.
probably on a 1-year deal because how old
I
he
think
is.
I think he's going year by year right now. Kind of.
Yeah,
That's why he's
probably.
been signing with so
When
many.
you get to
teams.
that age, you do 1-year deals.
But there's still teams that will take him. I don't. Not that he couldn't handle it, but I don't think that there is going to be a team that says, Frank Gore, we want you to be our starting running back. Nobody's going to start.
Those years are beyond him.
Frank Gore signed
But-
a 1-year contract worth $2 million
Okay,
with
so yeah,
500.
Only
$1,000.
$2 million.
So he's going
He's
year by
cheap,
year.
too.
He's going year by year.
Yeah, that's what all teams can't risk signing a multi-year deal when a guy's 36 years old. It doesn't matter who it is. You really other
Unless
than
it's
maybe
Tom
quarterbacks.
Brady.
But like if you get to this, like if you get a wide receiver or running back or any of these positions are like other than quarterback, because quarterback's one of those weird positions. You like can't sign a long-term deal, even though the Giants did it with like 32-year-old Golden Tate.
I want the Pats to get Gore next year so that he could get he got robbed of a ring.
You want Golden Tate. You
Where
guys
would
can have
he
Golden
have a
Tate at running
spot?
back.
You would take Rex Burkhead's spot.
Okay, do it because they don't use him anyway.
Well, that's the point. Is
Yeah.
that they probably
He's
wouldn't
gonna
use.
get, like,
No, that they
3
probably wouldn't
touches
use
a game.
Gore if he's taking Rex's.
I don't
spot.
care, dude. I don't care if they use him or not. I just want him to get a ring. You know what I'm saying?
I genuinely believe the reason he's still in the league is not only because he knows he can still play, but I think he's going after the record. I think he wanted to be in top 3, and now that he's there, there's no way he hasn't. People always say that athletes don't care that much about stats, but
Russell Westbrook.
I
Prime
feel like
example.
he's just like
James Harden.
Frank Gore. If you like look up football player, his picture could be like in the definition. Like he like loves football.
Yeah.
Like you ever seen the movie Radio?
No, but I've heard about it.
Yeah, he sounds like the guy guy Radio. I ran the football into the end zone and I got the yards and the touchdown. That's what Frank Gore sounds like.
Frank Gore does not. Frank Gore does not sound like he's not stuttering. He doesn't have CT that bad yet.
that bad.
That bad. I mean, he talks just fine. It's really crazy to see how Frank Gore.
His voice
He's a
doesn't match his
miracle,
face.
man. A miracle.
He should have a ring.
Does he already have one with the 49ers?
No, they lost to the Ravens that year
Oh yeah, I forgot.
because they didn't hand it off to him.
Yikes. Well, we're gonna go on some other ones, but we gotta get my favorite part of the podcast where we talk about betting odds.
Stop. Nobody wants to hear just
If you want to hear the betting odds for every single game
All right,
that
well,
you
let me at
didn't
least-
care about,
All right, let me
now's
at
the
least
time.
go for the ones I care about. Then I only have about 4.
The betting odds for the
it.
Jets and the Browns.
Go for it. Go for it.
Like I said, the Redskins versus Eagles. With the Eagles win by 6, I said take that bet because I feel like the Eagles will be able to score a lot more than 6. I hate you guys. Seahawks versus Panthers. Seahawks win by 6.5. Good bet to take the Seahawks. They win by more.
Prop bets. Will Josh Gordon get 1 catch or 2 catches?
Will Josh Gordon
Will
remain
Ty
Patriots?
Lockett come back from the dead? Ty Lockett's been MIA. He's missing. I don't know where he is.
Tyler. I don't like you call him
Ty.
Ty. You
Ty
guys aren't
Lockett,
cool
Tyler
like
Lockett, who
you guys
cares?
aren't cool like that.
Me and Ty Lockett go way back, homie. I've had him on my fantasy team for 2 years now.
Dolphins versus Giants. Giants win by 3. They're gonna win by more than 3.
Why did we get rid of Josh Gordon?
Because
Did we ever learn that?
he wasn't like, oh, well, no, I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't think we learned the official
like
reason.
I think we know there
we
was
just
a
put him on
reason.
injury
You know what we were
reserve
talking
and
about?
There's
got
like
rid of him.
speculation that he did something and they just kind of wanted to save him.
You know what we were
Stay
talking
off the weed.
We were talking about
They found
that.
with a pen.
We were talking about that in my class earlier today. How the MLB, I don't know if you guys heard, the MLB,
legalized weed.
yeah, they just legalized weed in their league.
Well, they
So-
don't
so-
test for it.
Well, no, if they find it positive, they don't. It's
That's what I'm
it's
saying.
Not,
They
it's not
did-
anything anymore.
Yeah, I would say they didn't
and
technically
that should just go across all sports because that shows that's one of the. I would say there's four to five major sports in America.
But baseball isn't a sport.
What? But
I can't believe that just came out of your mouth.
yeah, you're such an idiot.
No, I've
Play
heard-
baseball.
No, I've heard that statement like multiple
From-
times.
From who?
From Brock, who plays
don't-
lacrosse.
I don't know who, but I'm just like, that's like a joke I've heard before.
From Ezra Spring.
It's a joke because
You're
it's
calling him out
not
on the
true at all.
podcast.
Dude, Ezra and MJ got into a little dumb Instagram thing back in like middle school about if what was harder, lacrosse or baseball. You remember that?
Yeah,
That was
anybody who
great.
says that baseball isn't a sport, you're not being serious, right?
No, I'm
okay,
joking.
okay. Well,
Base-
anyways,
I
back,
Lacrosse, you get
baseball.
hit a lot
being
harder.
attacked.
What?
Oh yeah.
Back to what I was saying.
Weed.
Yeah, the reason this is like a big step for a lot of athletes because that ruined Josh Gordon's career. I mean, he had to take off a year. Was it a year? Or was it 2 years?
He missed like 3 years.
Yeah, he missed multiple years
while he was like one of the best.
Yeah, that's what I was.
In the
That's
world.
what I was just gonna say. While he was really starting to become,
he was like Julio.
He was starting to become one of the biggest names for receivers in the league. He was killing it, and he smoked some marijuana, and now he's not the same player he was because he had to take 3 years off.
His life, bro.
It ruined his career.
He got depressed after that and did other drugs, and then he popped positive for that. And the Patriots tried to give him a chance, and he almost screwed up there. You know, he's past the point where he's gonna be having like 200-yard games. It sucks. And like week 1 versus the Steelers, when we were in Disney watching that, he looked amazing. And then for the rest of the games with the Pats, he was crap, like dog crap.
Chargers versus Vikings. Vikings winning by 1.5. Vikings are winning by a lot more than that. In the last game, I'm to the last one.
Kirk Cousins is at prime time.
Kirk Cousins is playing better than Brady right now.
Go for it. Let Derek say his betting odds.
Bills versus Steelers. Steelers win by 1. I say Bills win this game by a lot more than 1 point.
Oh.
So take that one. Run to the bank. Get the odds in.
Steelers win 21-13, and Devin Bush
against
gets a
the
pick
Bills.
Minka Fitzpatrick
I don't know why you're hating the Bills so much.
I'm just saying.
We were talking about it, and I'm like, the Bills could take the division.
Rivals.
Bro, they ain't beating the Pats. They're not beating the Pats.
They almost did.
Bro, I'm just letting you know they're not beating the Pats.
I don't know why you're hating so much on the Bills.
I'm not hating on them. I'm just saying. MJ, are the Bills beating the Pats?
I don't think they're going to, but I think it's possible this year. If this is the most possible it's been any year, it could happen.
Bro, I'm just ready for when that game comes around for us to crush Bills fans' dreams for like the 20th year in a row. Okay, I'm just saying. They could put their heads through tables as many times as they want.
The Bills are gonna win, and Gavin's gonna be a national meme.
I can't wait. I'm coming in.
Bro, Josh Allen couldn't even. Bro, Josh Allen couldn't even finish the game last time. He couldn't even finish the game last time. That's how bad it was.
I'm coming in Stephen A. Smith style into that podcast
you're gonna
after the Bills come in and win.
You're gonna have a cigar.
I'm stomping into town, suit jacket and all. Come in here talking trash about the Patriots when they get beat by the Bills.
They'll clinch home field advantage when they win that game. It'll be all good.
What was sad was watching us lose to the Texans and then watching the Broncos drop 31 on them at halftime.
Did you see that new video? It's called Big Juicy Referee absolutely destroys the Patriots. You ever seen that?
I'm not sure.
No.
It's an exotic video. No, it's what happened with the Chiefs.
Yeah, but I'm talking about the Texans. The Texans just
2 weeks
genuinely beat us.
All right, we're going on to UFC now because I don't want to talk about big juicy
big fights tonight.
Big fights. This goes up Sunday, technically midday at 12.
The fights will have already happened.
The fights will already happen, but tonight there's so many good fights. The main event is Colby Covington versus Kamaru Usman at 170 pounds. The co-main is Alexander Volkanovski versus Max Holloway at 145 pounds.
Yeah.
And is it 135 they're fighting at? Amanda Nunes versus
Jermaine De Randamie. Jermaine De Randamie.
At 135 pounds. 3 championship fights on one card. There's Mike Perry's back after 4 months ago. His nose looked broken and
but he's on the prelims, which is
he's on
bad.
That's yes, bad. But no. They needed to get. That's a big fight for the prelims. It's huge.
Yeah.
It's Jose Aldo.
Jose Aldo
is facing Marlon Moraes. Peter Yan versus the double chin himself, Uriah Faber. It's crazy. You guys may not be the biggest MMA fans, but I don't think you guys understand. This is like the biggest event they've had in like years.
I mean, but that's the thing. Like, I enjoy watching fights, but it's not like I don't care for it. I just don't.
John Jones is fighting in 2 months. 2 months. February.
John Jones is the only
against
man I
undefeated Dominic Reyes.
Who's been knocking everybody
knocking everyone out.
Yeah,
he used to play college football. Was like a D1 college football athlete. Now went to MMA. 13-0.
It's not that I don't. It's not that I don't care. It's just that I haven't. The only reason I was even introduced to it was because of you and Gavin. Like, I never even looked into it. I never even thought about watching it. A couple times because my neighbor was a fan and my uncle's a fan, but it's not. I think it's super cool. I'm super happy that it's becoming more popular and mainstream than it was a few years ago.
And everyone's allowing it now. It's cool.
Yeah, I'm not. I don't dislike it, and it's not even that I'm not a fan. It's just that I haven't had enough time. Not even enough time. I never end up watching them. I don't know.
It used to get such a bad vibe that in boxing now. And boxing still semi does
Because
people keep dying.
Well, no, the main problem is now it's getting a little bit less credible because you're starting to have these organizations come around, these weird organizations that go to Providence, Rhode Island, having boxing events called Rough and Rowdy. I don't want to name drop, but they're having these like weird events.
He's talking about El Presidente.
They're having these weird events that are actually almost ruining the sport a little bit. They're getting less reputable because you have these guys that don't train and they're going out there boxing. And it's bad for that side of it, but boxing was always put so bad and everything. But now MMA with all these guys coming up, it's starting to get more credible. And so now boxing it's good for the fighting world in general that this is happening.
I feel like what's more worse for boxing than what you just said is like
All the deaths that are happening.
well no like the judging is awful.
Judging, yeah, it's rough.
There's
at
been
all
fights that I've
aspects.
seen where I'm still convinced to this day, and nobody can ever change my mind. That I think I've watched like,
Canelo versus
multiple
Triple G
fixed
too.
fights. Wilder versus Fury 1. I think that was fixed.
That drop in that last
That
round
last drop
hard.
was very emphatic, but dude, Fury won that fight,
Yeah. So
and he's gonna win the next.
you
fight.
guys don't even know. I was about to ask. Me and Gavin will run.
Oh,
through.
Nunes is fighting though, Amanda
That's what I'm
Nunes.
saying.
I'm so excited
So-
for that. The greatest woman fighter on the history of the freaking planet.
Knocks out everyone. It's
She's
crazy.
knocking out this bitch.
So Gavin, Usman versus Covington. Who you have winning? How?
Man, my pick has changed so many times. At first, I thought Usman by knockout round 2, just because like Usman's got the power on his side. He's bigger, stronger. But Colby Covington could fight for hours, dude. Like that guy straight up, he could go 5 hard rounds and not even take a deep breath. So if it goes to decision, it's probably gonna be Colby by split decision. I think it'd be close because they're just both so evenly matched. But if it's not gonna go to decision, I got Kamaru by finish.
Whew. I have Covington going all 5.
All 5, yeah.
You can see either of these guys.
That's a safe pick.
Either of these guys can really knock each other. People really underestimate Colby's punching.
Oh well, yeah.
It's not bad.
He
It's
just doesn't throw with any power.
He just throw. He may start. This is so.
That's
much
the thing that
bad
I'm
blood
thinking.
with this.
Who knows if Colby's gonna be patient this time? You know what I mean?
I don't think he's gonna necessarily be impatient, but it's just like there's so much bad blood in this thing. Who knows what's gonna? Fireworks are gonna pop off either way.
The thing, it's gonna be interesting because Usman's never been taken down. So if Colby can get him down, oh man.
Yeah,
We know Usman could probably get Colby down because he took down Woodley, who never gets taken down. With ease, he took him down.
Yeah, I mean Colby only got really taken down in one fight, and that was his UFC debut.
Yeah, so it's gonna be crazy. I honestly wouldn't be surprised if it ends by a knockout.
Max Holloway versus Alexander Volkanovski.
Volkanovski can get it done for sure. He's very good. He just absolutely ran through Chad Mendes. But
Brutal.
I think I think Aldo gets it done because it's Blessed Era and he's just.
You mean Holloway?
Or yeah, Holloway. I'm stupid. I think Holloway gets it done because Blessed Era.
At least you know that you're stupid. Volkanovski knockout
By knockout.
by knockout.
All right.
Round 3.
That's gonna be a tough one.
Because
Poirier couldn't knock him out, and Poirier hits harder.
Volkanovski has a cardio gas tank also like crazy. MJ looks like he's having the greatest time.
It's actually yawning.
I know. But Volkanovski has such a gas tank and he has so much power. It's ridiculous. So I feel like Holloway will keep on throwing punches out there and punches bunches. We're getting shut down.
We should watch like the promo for UFC 245 so that you guys can like.
Well, if MJ can figure out how to show the screen. No, we'll figure it out. Nunes versus Durandamy. They fought 6 years ago. It was a first round
Pull that shit up, Jamie.
First round TKO for Nunes. What you got?
Nunes is knocking her out in round 1 or 2.
Yeah, I got knockout round 2.
Yeah, like knocking her out.
Or I said submission. We were talking about this real quickly.
She could. She's beating her ass.
Because Durandamy.
Me and Joey have no input on the last 15
I wish
minutes.
this was John Jones so Joey could actually participate.
Bro, you saw the last Nunes fight.
But the thing is that like
I wish they
I'm trying
could
to
market
compare this.
her.
All right, so you know how a couple weeks ago, me and Joey were like geeking out in the chat about Marvel movies.
Oh, I saw that.
If you
At
guys,
like 3 in the morning.
Yeah, if you guys don't know as much about it, it's not that you guys don't have any interest in the Marvel movies. It's just like you can't go on about it like we can.
I mean, I don't have any interest in Marvel movies.
I don't watch movies in general. We were just talking about work last night. We were talking about Tropic Thunder. Is that what it's called? Tropical Thunder. The one where
is that the one with Ben
the Rock,
Stiller?
the new Rock one?
No, the old movie. The old.
Are you talking about Tropic Thunder with like all the big name actors?
Yeah.
I love.
I've never watched it.
Is that the one? Is that the one where Robert Downey Jr. wears blackface?
Yeah.
I never watched it, but we were talking about it at work last night, so I have to go watch it.
That is the only white person I've ever seen who's done blackface and not gotten in trouble for it.
Because he did a great job.
You couldn't tell. I couldn't tell.
Great job.
It took me like 10 minutes in. I was like, "Is that Robert Downey Jr. wearing blackface?"
But
and
that movie
whoever I was with was
so
like, "Yeah,
funny."
That's a great.
I'm surprised you haven't seen it.
that is a good movie."
I mean, my first time watching it was like 2 years ago, so I can't really say anything.
Also, we haven't talked about real quickly. R.I.P. Juice World. That's crazy.
Rick Juice World.
I mean, I would love to talk about it. It's just the fact that everybody's literally said everything that could have been said. I mean, anything we say, everybody's heard.
Yeah.
I mean,
he low key committed suicide.
No, when the ops are coming, don't swallow all your perkies. That is the
why? If that's the case, I mean, there isn't an official statement about what actually happened. But say that is the case.
He's not dead.
If that's the actual case, it's so stupid. Like, why didn't you just
Yo,
flush
there
it
he
down
is.
the toilet?
If that's the actual case where if they were trying to get rid of him, why didn't everyone on the plane swallow some? Why did he? If the case was to hide the pills, he swallowed all of the perks.
There's so many.
Why did he take it? I got this, guys.
That's
I got. I'm swallowing all of
just all of them. But like, no, we can do it too, Juice. No, I got it. That's instant death. I mean, if that's the case, he was no disrespect to the dead, but if
Juice WRLD's an idiot.
If that's what happened, he's an idiot. He is an idiot.
Crawling out of your mouth.
It's an idiot move. If that's actually how he died,
that's the title of the movie. That's the title.
Is Juice WRLD an idiot?
Idiot.
Yeah, we get that in the last 5 minutes of the podcast, so they have to go all the way through the podcast to the Juice WRLD's an idiot.
We are coming up on an hour here.
How much time?
Yeah, we said we wanted to cut it about an hour this time. We're at like 57 minutes. So,
all right. So
10 minutes.
Oh, now he's yelling.
5, gotcha.
All right, well.
All right, so we gotta get out of here pretty soon. We got 5 minutes.
Yeah. Well, I went to my betting odds that no one cares about.
Dude.
So all we talked about on Juice WRLD is that he's an idiot.
No,
I
said that
Juice WRLD, he's stupid.
If the way he died is actually by him personally just swallowing all those pills to not get in trouble, then that was a stupid move.
Quick thing before we end, Patriots just signed Terrell Suggs. He's a free agent. James Harrison 2.0. Yeah, there we go. Boost to the defense.
They did?
No, they should.
Oh, I thought they did.
He should get signed
I
by
would
the
have been
Ravens.
freaking out if they signed Terrell Suggs.
No, he should get signed by the Ravens, win his ring this year, and then
If the
retire.
Ravens signed Terrell Suggs, I would poop my pants.
Like, I feel like that's what is the most like
That
possible thing
defense would
happening.
be so freaking damn loaded.
You just play defensive line.
Yeah, a bit of a shorter episode this week. Unfortunately, we're kind of getting kicked out of here right now.
Hey, you don't have to tell them that.
They
We
don't-
don't pay
they
our
don't-
rent money. We got Robert De Niro and
Guys.
Danny DeVito sitting outside with guns right now.
Guys, we really need donations.
Yeah, donations.
We can't
Magnum Dong.
we can't keep our podcast going. We're losing rent money. We need donations. Go donate.
Please shout us
Start a
out. We
GoFundMe.
will be on the
Shout us
streets.
out.
If you don't-
Shout us out, please. We'll be on
Sean
the
Murphy
streets.
from Soft Rock on the 6.5. If you're watching, can you please throw a name drop on the show? Thank you.
All right.
But anyways, this has been episode 3.
TFF.
A little bit
003.
shorter, a little bit more different.
Talking over MJ for the outro.
Wait till these cameras go off, guys. You don't want to know. There may be one less member of this
Stop
podcast
talking.
next week.
This has been
Find out who's gone next week.
Who's gone next
But
week.
that's gonna be it, and thank you guys for watching.
Love you guys.
Boy.